This is the Taysom Hill I'm willing to die over. I'm frustrated with fantasy football, to say the least. I don't know if this is a podcast or Unpack That Bowl or what this is. This is me releasing frustration because something that happened this week in fantasy football for some people on some awful platforms happened this week. You obviously shouldn't be allowed to roster Patrick Mahomes and Taysom Hill. That's not fair. Taysom Hill was tight end eligible all year on ESPN and FanDuel. And for week 11 of NFL's fantasy football season, for some platforms, Taysom Hill was able to be played and slotted as a tight end and the quarterback. Now, I have an issue with this. I'll admit right now I'm being pretty biased. I had to go against Taysom Hill, so I wasn't happy going into this week, but little to my surprise, I see Yahoo and NFL Fantasy both removing Taysom Hill's tight end designation because he was the starting quarterback for this week. Alright, look, there's going to be a lot of emotions, mainly negative, from me in this video. So if you're not about that negative shit, click out now. But for the people, for the 90% of the other fantasy owners who don't have Taysom Hill, you might want to hear what I have to say. What's going on, guys? My name's Cliff, and this is, I don't know, Unpack That Bowl. Let's be blunt. Unpack That Blunt. This is Unpack That Blunt. The show where I take out my frustration on ESPN Fantasy. Now, the reason Taysom Hill was in was because Drew Brees had cracked like 80 ribs and he was just unable to play football because he's an old ass nigga, he's getting hurt. So you put in the backup quarterback, Taysom Hill actually. And it makes sense why you put in Taysom Hill. Obviously, you know what you have in Jameis Winston. What do we have in Taysom Hill? I get that. That makes sense from Sean Payton, the coach's point of view. What do you have in this 30-year-old quarterback? It's now or never, to be honest. And with Drew Brees getting older and him about to retire, it makes sense that you'd want to see at least what you have in Taysom Hill. I enjoy Taysom Hill as a player. I'm going to get that out the way. I'm not upset at Taysom Hill. In fact, here goes some Taysom Hill highlights for no reason.
Throw to Hill, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Shovel to Hill, using the blockers and aiming for the opening touchdown.
Because I like Taysom Hill. I'm not mad at Taysom Hill. I'm mad at ESPN. Why did you leave him at your tight end position? It makes no sense that going forward, this is the starting quarterback. It was announced in the beginning of the week. This was the starting quarterback. Sean Payton announced it will be Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill was getting the snaps before the game. To be fair, ESPN's fantasy support says that even though they're not sure, Taysom Hill's tight end eligibility will be taken from him next week. He will be a quarterback. Oh, you think this is funny, Ryan? How many of those people who picked up Taysom Hill will play him at quarterback? Just asking. Or maybe you will. That's fine on you. Again, if you picked up Taysom Hill, I'm not upset at you. If I had Taysom Hill, I'm making the same play. I get it. You're gaming the system. It happens. I'm not too mad at that. I'm a little salty about it. Obviously, there's no hiding the saltiness of how I feel going against Taysom Hill, but I make that play 100%. You make that play. Get your money. I'm about hustling. I get it. I get this fantasy move. I'm not that upset with the people who made that move. I'm making the same move. I get it. But I'm upset at ESPN for allowing this to happen. Yeah, it sucks. Oh, everyone who didn't get to play Taysom Hill gets to make fun of the person who played Taysom Hill because they're kind of freaking out, which I am a little bit. But that's not the point. The point is the system is broken. Why would you go against your own rules? Note that Hill will be stripped of his tight end and flex eligibility and changed to a quarterback if positioned as the Saints starter at any point of the season. Hey, we're at this point in the season where Taysom Hill was positioned as a Saints starting quarterback and ESPN did nothing. Why is it that Yahoo and NFL Fantasy are doing better than ESPN Fantasy? It's because ESPN Fantasy is kind of boo-boo cheeks and it's easy and it's nice to, you don't have to do a lot of work to it. It's fine. I like that. That's why I use ESPN. It's very user friendly. But for everything else, it's probably the worst out of the 3 platforms. I'm gonna try Yahoo or NFL next year. I like NFL. I haven't tried Yahoo yet. Yahoo's interface kind of for me, but we'll try it. We'll try anything that's not ESPN. ESPN is dead to me right now. I'm pissed that I still have a team, 2 teams on there. One of my teams won this week. I don't even care about that for real, because this Taysom Hill fiasco. It would be indefensible for ESPN to leave him in the tight end slot next week. Because, you know, part of me feels like I got it to me. Someone else should have to feel this 2 quarterback burn like I felt. But in spite of all that, I won't be fair. He should not be listed as a tight end as long as he's the starting quarterback. It's not fair to anyone playing against that team. like come on now. Why not give people the advantage of, you know, playing a quarterback and a tight end? I had him all year. Don't penalize me because, oh, you want to make mid-season changes. Let's not make mid-season changes. What do you mean? Didn't they go a whole start? I get it when he was a gadget player. You don't know what position he's going to go in as. So I guess tight end makes the most sense, I guess. But, and this is the biggest but, when you know he is the starting quarterback, that excuse is thrown out the window. I don't know if he's going to line up at tight end. Nigga, he's going to be the quarterback. They said he's going out there as the starting quarterback. So you make him the quarterback. If they line Matt Ryan up at tight end, you don't get to start Matt Ryan at tight end. That doesn't make sense. He's still the starting quarterback. What? It's absolutely ridiculous that a player listed as a quarterback on the chart is a tight end. That makes me mad. Hold on. Oh, hey, look at that. Taysom Hill's listed as a quarterback. Look who's above him is a tight end. That's crazy, right? How he's not. Those are 2 different positions, right? That's crazy. That's insane. That's crazy, isn't it? Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy that ESPN allowed this to happen? Because that's crazy. There are thousands of fantasy teams that have been affected by the Taysom Hill fiasco, and they need your help. You know, donate if you can. I could use some money, to be real, if you're trying to donate to anybody. I get it. ESPN fucked up. What are they gonna do? They can't do anything this week. Anything that they do this week would be unfair to the players who started them. You just gotta roll with the punches. If you lost the playoffs and you're out of contention, then that's how fantasy rolls. And look, if something like this deters you away from actually playing fantasy football, or you never play fantasy football again, you're not built for fantasy football. Let's be real. We that play fantasy football are built different. The amount of sadness and trauma and pain that we can go through week after week after week is not for the faint of heart. So there's that too. Don't take this too seriously. If by X and Y and Z and some other 10,000 variables you're still in the playoffs, thank your lucky stars. Hopefully your roster can help you moving forward, and you just gotta do what you can do. Honestly, that's how fantasy goes. And the players who picked up Taysom Hill, smart. You made a move that I wish I could have made. Ultimately, that's what it falls to. Honestly, that's what fantasy is about. It's the luck of the draw. It's 60% talent and 40% luck. It might even be a little more luck, but that's fantasy. You know, if there's that much luck involved, you'd wish that the apps would have their ish together, but I guess not. It is what it is. You know, mainly this was for me to vent, work my way through it. Guys, we're good now. You know, you just gotta smoke a blunt about everything. When shit happens, you just gotta calm down. Take 10 minutes, you know, write a letter if you gotta write it. Don't send it. I'm going to post this. This is my letter, but it's getting sent. Either way, ESPN, get your shit together.
Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit, so it's together. Get your shit together.
Please, because, like, it's crazy. I'm not the only one that's mad about this. It's mad people. Mad people are upset. ESPN, get your shit together, please. Anyway, guys, that's been my time. Thanks for watching. We got a bunch of cool content on this channel. Please go check some of it out. My name's Cliff, and this has been Unpack That Blunt. Peace.